be UT Martin's basketball. UT Martin in a solid orange jersey with UT Martin across the chest in blue. Numbers on the front and back as well, and Morehead State in their usual home whites with Morehead State in yellow written across the chest. So out of the inbounds pass, UT Martin has Perry. She drives in on the right side. Her shot's no good, and it's a rebound by Miranda Crockett. Hurling it up the court on the right side. It won't fall by Simmons Kozar. Tierra McGowan with the rebound, but the putback, on the putback, she is fouled. Will be charged to Chelsea Perry, her first. And Tierra McGowan heads to the line to shoot two. McGowan, she makes the first one. So Morehead State now on the board. And one more shot remaining. McGowan sets, and the lefty connects on her second. Morehead now leads 2-0 with 9:35 left to go in the first quarter as UT Martin met with a man-to-man defense by the Eagles. They bounce pass it over to the far side to Hicks. Hicks looks down low to Perry. Goes 2-on-1, spins her way back to the basket, it's off the side of the rim, rebounded by McGowan. Outlet pass to Seward, up to Crockett on the left side. Pull-up jumper from about 10 feet out, won't fall, and it's Martin's rebound. As they continue to push it up the court with Stanford on the far side. Kicks it over to the near side, a little bit of a give and go action with Waldrop. As she drives baseline, shot fake, puts up a shot on the left side, and she banks it in for two. So tied at 2 now with under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, and this is a very fast-paced game, exactly what we were told to expect from head coach Greg Todd as Mackenzie Calvert throws it away at the baseline. Looking for Tierra McGowan is just a little bit out of her reach. So UT Martin now brings down the basketball, moving from my left to right. Passes it to the right wing to Hicks, back to Perry at the top of the key for three, and it's nothing but net. UT Martin now in the lead, 5-2 over the Eagles as Morehead breaks the full court man-to-man press with Calvert on the right side, but she can't make the layup, and it's another UT Martin rebound. Robertson drives right, moves back to her left, shot won't fall, and Simmons Kozar is fouled on the rebound as she hits the deck. And that is again to Chelsea Perry, so 2 quick fouls. She will head to the bench, and Andrea Adams checks in. Chelsea Perry leads the team with 12 points a game. She's got recorded back-to-back now double-doubles. So key part of their system now on the bench with 2 fouls as Darian Seward charges up the middle of the court and is fouled. Tamia Stanford will look for her first. UT Martin already has a team with 3. So Calvert inbounds it to Simmons Kozar. Spins around, back up to Calvert at the top of the key. She drives left, kicks it back out to Crockett. She drives to the free throw line, spins to the basket, and is able to put it in for 2 points. As UT Martin quickly moves the ball up the court to the near side to Robertson. Looking down low now to Waldrop. Can't connect on the bank shot on the right side. Simmons Kozar sprinting down the right side of the court. Shot fake, puts up the layup, but again it won't fall, and UT Martin now with the basketball. The Skyhawks with a slight 1-point edge over the Eagles as they lead 5-4 with 7.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. As Hicks with it, gives it to Waldrop at the free throw line on the near side. Looking to dribble out of some pressure now as there's 7 seconds on the shot clock. Moore now drives in on the right side and count the basket. Rather, that was Stanford, lays it in on the right side and is fouled. Darian Seward charged with her first foul, and now Stanford has an opportunity for a possible 3-point play. She's a 67% free throw shooter. So Stanford takes a couple of dribbles, puts up her first, and it's off the back of the rim and rebounded by Mackenzie Calvert for Morehead State. Bounce passes it to Seward on the far side and back to Simmons Kozar in the middle of the court. She now drives in, kicks it out to Calvert. Right baseline for 3, and it's just shy of the basket and rebounded by UT Martin as UT Martin with a good amount of rebounds as they look to convert on the opposite side. As Robertson drives in, kicks it back out to Adams in the middle of the lane, and she is fouled. Putting up the about 3-foot jump shot. as it is charged to Crystal Simmons-Kozar, her first, team's second. So at the line to shoot two, Andrea Adams, the 77% free throw shooter, as she sinks her first. And Aaliyah June comes in off the bench for the Eagles now. Adams with her second, it's no good, rebounded by Miranda Crockett. Morehead State with the basketball now as she finds Simmons-Kozar, drives in on the right side, dumps it to McGowan on the left side, and a foul is committed. As looks like it is Andrea Adams, whistled for her first, team's fourth though. So Morehead State could be in the bonus here on this early part of this first quarter, as UT Martin still leads 8-4 with 6:45 left to go in the first quarter, as June passes it to McGowan, kicks it out to Seward for three, and it's blocked, but she's able to get the basketball back, and a kick ball is called as Seward was trying to pass it back to the top of the key. So the Eagles will have the inbound underneath their own basket. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Crockett now set to inbound, bounces it into Aaliyah June on the left baseline. She steps back, pulls up, and it's nothing but net. A deep two for Aaliyah June as she gets going here with 6.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, as UT Martin drives in, kicks it back out, and it is Tamia Stanford resetting the offense for the Skyhawks. Passes it to Hicks on the left wing. She drives left to the baseline and then passes it to Adams in the middle of the lane. Spins back to the basket, puts up the shot. She's able to connect and is fouled yet again. So she could head to the line to make it a 3-point play. And that is charged to Tierra McGowan, her first, team's third. And the shot by Adams off the back of the iron, but UT Martin gets the rebound as they move it over to the far side yet again for three, and it's off the back of the rim again, but she's able to get her own rebound. Hicks drives in and is fouled again going to the basket. And they're actually going to change that to a jump ball play. So it'll be the Eagles basketball. Met with a full court man-to-man press. As Aaliyah June finds Crockett on the near side. It's a 1-on-3 situation, so Crockett bounces it back out and finds Simmons-Kozar at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Darian Seward for three, and had a little bit too much on it, rebounded by UT Martin. Charging up the court, Stanford, bounce pass to the near side to Adams, and she is fouled again going to the basket and will head to the line. Crystal Simmons-Kozar charged with her second. And now that's the fourth team foul for Morehead State, so both teams now with four. And Andrea Adams at the line. 77% free throw shooter. 1 for 3 so far this game, and she makes her first. As Mackenzie Calvert enters the basketball game again, as Crystal Simmons-Kozar will take a seat for a little bit, as I mentioned already, a little bit in foul trouble with 2 fouls. Adams back at the charity stripe, takes a deep breath, and connects on her second. Adams now with 5 points as the Skyhawks continue to lead 12-6. About 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Passing up the court though to Tierra McGowan on the right side. Banks it in for 2. Morehead State easily beats the press. McGowan now with 4 points, and Morehead trails by 4, 12-8 with under 5.5 to go. So UT Martin finds Robertson on the right wing. Looks down low, rolls off the screen, drives to the left of the lane, kicks it out. And for 3, it's off the side of the rim. Rebounded again by the Skyhawks. As Robertson drives in, turns around, kicks it back out to Hicks as she moves it over to Stanford on the left wing. Stanford, bounce pass down low to Adams on the left baseline, puts up a shot off the side of the rim. And a foul is called as Miranda Crockett was fouled going for the rebound, and now will send her to the free throw line. That is charged to Imani Robertson, her first, team's 5th. So Crockett now at the free throw line to shoot 2, 75% free throw shooter. Bends at the knees, shrugs her shoulders, and misses the first. Now Jaleesa Avery comes off the bench for Tierra McGowan and the Eagles.
In the field, number 10, Jaleesa Avery.
Crockett now sets for her second. And makes the second. So Morehead State still trailing 12-9 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now Stanford hands it off to to Adams. They move the ball back to the far side, and there's a whistle away from the basketball. It is charged to Jaleesa Avery. And now that is the team's 5th foul, and that will take us to the media timeout. 12-9, Morehead State trails by 3 with 4:53 left to play in the first quarter. You're listening to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagles Sports Network.
Looking for a new mower? Mow with Vermeer. Vermeer offers a 3-year cutting bar warranty on trailed mowers, mower conditioners, and 3-point mowers. See them at Young Farm Machinery today. You can mow confidently, knowing Vermeer supports you and your haying operation. Mowing warranty includes parts and labor and covers cutter bar and internal components. To learn more about the Vermeer 3-year limited warranty, stop by Young Farm Machinery, 7341 Morehead Road, near Flemingsburg, today.
Do you need a transponder remote key for your vehicle? Ace Big 4 Lumber in Morehead can cut a new Duracell chip key for you. All we need is the vehicle, a working ignition key, and a few minutes of your time. You can save up to 60% off dealer prices for these keys. Come by Big 4 Lumber Ace Hardware today and we can get you back on the road with working keys to fit your vehicle. Big 4 Lumber Ace Hardware, just off I-64 on Flemingsburg Road in Morehead. Ace is the helpful place.
Networks Technologies offers wireless high-speed internet to the city of Morehead and parts of Round County for as low as $24.95 per month and no contracts. Our service is fast, reliable, and affordable, and our commitment to our customers is best in class. Networks Technologies also offers Networks Voice, unlimited local and long-distance phone service for as low as $24.95 a month, no contracts, and you can keep your existing number. Call today at 606-691-4750, located beside Penn Station in Morehead.
Craig's Auto Sales in Morehead isn't just another used car lot. Craig's has been in business for over 16 years and has an eye for quality pre-owned vehicles. Come see the selection, including many four-wheel drive trucks and SUVs. There's on-the-lot financing and extended warranties are available on most vehicles. Generations of families buy from Craig's Auto Sales because our customers are like family. Craig's Auto Sales, 700 East Main in Morehead, and online at CraigsAutoSalesOnline.com.
Do you have trees that need to be trimmed or removed? What about that shaky old tree that keeps you awake when the wind blows? Do you worry if thunderstorms will bring it down? Stop worrying and call the tree professionals today at MTM Tree Services. We're trained, equipped, and insured for your protection and your satisfaction. When you think trees, think MTM Tree Services. We work in Rowan and adjacent counties. Call today for a free estimate, 784-3095. At MTM, we know trees.
And out of the timeout, Morehead State continues to trail UT Martin 12-9 with 4:53 left to play in the first quarter and at the free throw line is UT Martin as Adams puts up her first shot. It's off the back of the rim. No good. So she'll have one more shot remaining. Sets again, and this time she's able to connect with the basket. Adams now already with 6 points as Mackenzie Calvert easily beats the press, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Jaleesa Avery on the right baseline. She lays it up and in. Her first 2 points of the contest, and Morehead State now pulls within 2, 13-11 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter as UT Martin slows things down as she passes it over to the near side to Hicks. Looks down low to Waldrop, spins around back to the basket, takes a dribble, and Waldrop is fouled yet again, going to the bucket. So Maddie Waldrop will head to the free throw line, and Jaleesa Avery is charged with her second foul of the afternoon. Waldrop, a 74% free throw shooter as she connects on her first. As now Tierra McGowan checks back in the game for Jaleesa Avery. Waldrop now sets for her second. Takes a couple of dribbles and makes her second. This one bounces in and it's good. Waldrop with 4 points, and UT Martin back ahead 15-11 with under 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter as Darian Seward in the backcourt finds June on the near side. June with a bounce pass on the far side, back to Seward. Up to Calvert on the right baseline. She drives up and drives in and pulls up. Her shot's no good, and it's a UT Martin rebound. So Martin pushing the ball up the court. Robertson with it at the top of the key. She backs out a little bit, resetting the offense. She now drives in the middle of the lane, pulls up about 3 feet out, and it bounces in for 2. Imani Robertson with her first points as UT Martin continues to lead 17-11. 3:45 left to play in the first quarter. Seward now up to Calvert on the near side. Finds Aaliyah June at the top of the key. She drives a couple of feet to the free throw line, pulls up, her shot's no good. And a whistle on the play as Mackenzie Calvert hit the deck. Ball goes out of bounds, or actually there is a foul on the play. And that will send Calvert to the line to shoot 2. The foul was charged to Maddie Waldrop as Calvert misses the first. Calvert, the 53% free throw shooter. Puts up her second, and it's nothing but net. Crystal Simmons-Kozar checks back in after she sat for a little bit of time after having 2 quick fouls charged against her. She checks in for Darian Seward as Robertson passes it to Hicks on the right wing. Back up to Robertson at the top of the key, moving over to the far side now. They continue to work the ball outside the three-point line. They find Waldrop at the left elbow, almost loses the basketball, and this time she does. Into the hands of McGowan, up to June on the near side on the left wing. June passes it over to Simmons-Kozar. Quick pass down low to the right baseline to Calvert, and she draws the foul, trying to split the defenders. As the foul is charged to Brittany Moore, Calvert will have 2 shots. First shot by Calvert just bounces out. Calvert sets for her second, and it's able to go in. So Calvert now with 2 points. Morehead State continues to trail, however, 17-13. 3 minutes left to play this first quarter as they move it over to the far side to Moore. Back to the top of the key to Hicks, and then back out to Robertson, and to Moore yet again. Cross-court pass to the near side to Hicks. They keep moving it outside the three-point line. Hicks shot fake, drives in at the free throw line, kicks it out to Moore. 3 on its way, and it's nothing but net. Brittany Moore with 3 points, sending UT Martin's lead 20-13 now with about 2.5 minutes left to go. And the first quarter, Simmons-Kozar calls out the offensive play. She dribbles over to the left wing, kicks it out to Crockett at the top of the key. She drives in, pulls up, jumper in the lane, won't fall, and UT Martin gets away with another rebound as it is Hicks on the far side, pulls up from the left elbow, and she connects for 2. For Morehead State, now looking to break the press yet again. Calvert drives in on the right side, and it won't fall. McGowan with the putback. It is stuck on the back of the iron. And that's a jump ball called, but the ball is just sitting up there on the rim. And it looked so good, and that was such a great play as they poke it down. UT Martin gets the basketball. That's one of those things where the conditions have to be just perfect for that to happen. You don't see that a lot. But it was just sitting there where the rim meets the backboard. So the ball now has been poked free, and UT Martin with the basketball as they kick it out to Adams. And back to the top of the key yet again to Robertson. Back over to Hicks now on the left wing for 3, and it's good. Zaire Hicks now with 5 points, and UT Martin extending that lead 25-13. 1:38 to go. June on the right side, and a blocking foul as June ran into Demaya Griffin. Had her feet set, but I don't think she was within that half circle. So June is able to head to the free throw line for a couple of free shots. June, the 44% field goal shooter, averaging 19.5 points a game as she makes her first. Morehead in a little bit of a dry spell where they haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 10 seconds as June now makes her second. So Aaliyah June with 4 points, but Morehead State trails by 10 with 1:36 to go in the first quarter. And Morehead State, a press defense now with Lala Humphreys leading the charge up at the top. UT Martin able to cross half court at least, but still met with a little bit of trouble as they lose it out of bounds, and some great defensive work by the Eagles. So 1:26 left to play. It's still 25-15 with UT Martin in charge of this one so far as Tierra McGowan checks back in, and Miranda Crockett as well. So Mackenzie Calvert with the basketball, moving from my right to left. Finds Aaliyah June, and there's a foul on the play. That is Sade Hudson. As June sets for her first. And it's nothing but net. As there's now been a combined 15 fouls called in this first quarter. As Aaliyah June makes her second. If you've been noticing that we might have had quite a few stoppage of plays, very similar to the Tennessee State game where had a little bit of trouble getting into a nice rhythm. But UT Martin now having problems getting into a rhythm of their own now as Morehead State still applying that half-court press as UT Martin throws it out of bounds at the baseline, and so they'll be met with UT Martin's full-court press. As Ashley Moore now checks in the game for the Eagles. Aaliyah June inbounds to Miranda Crockett, passes it up to Moore on the far side. Continues to pass it up to Simmons Kozar on the right side, and another foul is called. As that is now the 10th foul for UT Martin. As Simmons Kozar makes her first. Stanford now with her second. So Stanford has 2 and Perry has 2. Simmons Kozar makes her second. So Morehead State could be able to, or if Morehead State would be able to capitalize on these free throws, then that would be an easy way to stay in this ball game. As there are fouls called left and right, so if they can just make these baskets, those are just easy points that the Eagles could capitalize on. See, this time UT Martin able to break the full court press. Stanford passes it over to the near side to Hicks. Back to Stanford at the top of the key. 14 seconds on the shot clock. She drives in. Ball is stripped, goes out of bounds, but will stay with the Skyhawks underneath their own basket. 42.8 seconds left on the game clock. 11 seconds left on the shot clock as Tierra McGowan checks back in. Stanford slaps the ball, ready to inbound as she lobs it into Perry on the right, or excuse me, Adams at the right elbow. Hands it back out to Stanford. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pulls up in the lane, and a travel is called as she took a couple extra steps before pulling up for that jump shot. So 5.8 seconds difference now between the game clock and the shot clock. As Aaliyah June will inbound again for the Eagles as Darian Seward checks back in for Morehead State. But UT Martin running a full court man-to-man press now. Aaliyah June bounce passes it into Seward on the far side. Seward charges up the court now back to the top of the key, kicks it out to Miranda Crockett on the right baseline, almost loses it, but finds again Darian Seward, and then over to Aaliyah June on the near side. 18 seconds, pulls up for three, and it's no good. Rebounded by the Skyhawks. As they pass it up to Stanford on the near side now, 14 seconds left on the game clock. As Stanford takes it to the top of the key. As Morehead State still in a man-to-man defense, 3 seconds now. Stanford pulls up for three, shot is blocked by Ashley Moore. And what a way to finish this first quarter, 25-19. As UT Martin continues to lead, but Morehead State ends the first quarter on a 6-0 run in those last minute and 36 seconds. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagle Sports Network.
When you're hungry before or after the game, make your way to Wendy's on Main Street in Morehead. Wendy's has the best old-fashioned hamburgers, fixed just the way you like them, and served hot and fresh. Or try one of their delicious chicken items, like the home-style chicken sandwiches. If you get a craving for a Frosty, chili, or the freshest salad, Wendy's is the place. Open every night till 1 a.m. to serve you. That's Wendy's, Main Street, Morehead.
Line X of Morehead is your source for Line X protective coatings. Perfect for truck beds, brush guards, farm equipment, boats, trailers, and more. Line X of Morehead also has truck accessories, including bed covers, hitches, and Nerf bars. Avoid damage from rust and everyday wear and tear. Call 784-1155 and protect your investment for life. Mention this ad and get 10% off your Line X protective coatings. Line X of Morehead, located off I-64, exit 133. Online at linexofmoreheadky.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back.
That's what's
Whitaker
missing.
Bank is
I'm like,
uniquely
this is
Kentucky.
awkward.
Are you looking for the perfect
The cheerleaders are doing their best, but it's just uncomfortable, really.
Plaza Morehead. They have all kinds of pets and supplies. They also offer pet grooming, special cuts, flea and tick baths and treatments, nail trims, teeth brushing, and more. The perfect pet is waiting for you at All Paws Boutique. Grooming, pets, and supplies. Located at 302 Pinecrest Plaza, Morehead. Call 780-4216. Open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday. All Paws Boutique in Morehead.
After we sell, we serve. That's the motto we live by every day at Larry Fannin Chevrolet Buick and GMC in Morehead. Larry Fannins offers the best in sales, service, and selection. From budget lot used car specials to car care service specials to pricing that new car or truck you wanted, Larry Fannin pledges honesty, trust, integrity, and satisfaction in all your dealings. Let us serve you today at Larry Fannin Chevrolet Buick GMC.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena here on the campus of Morehead State University. Start of the second quarter and Morehead trails 25-19, but they ended the first quarter on a 6-0 run over the Skyhawks. So start of the second quarter, Darian Seward inbounds it to Aaliyah June in the backcourt. As June finds Seward again on that far side and back to the near side to Aaliyah June on the left wing. Picks up her dribble, now double teamed, is able to find Miranda Crockett as she drives on the left baseline, pulls up, had a little bit too much on it, and UT Martin with another rebound. They've moved the ball over to the far side to Robertson. Passes it down low to Waldrop on the left baseline. Her shot won't fall, and Waldrop's able to get her own rebound. Goes again on the right side this time, and this time it bounces in for two. Maddie Waldrop now with 6 points. As Morehead State looking to break the press by UT Martin, as Darian Seward now has a ball poked free, and the Skyhawks now with the basketball. As Robertson drives to the top of the key, bounce pass to Hicks for three on the right side, and it's no good. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Tierra McGowan, and ball is slapped into the hands now of UT Martin, and so the Skyhawks get another possession, 27-19 with under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, as they find an open Griffin on the right baseline, and she's able to connect from about 5 feet out. So Seward finds Crockett. She airs it out to Aaliyah June on the near side. Splits her defenders, drives in on the right side. Dump pass to Tierra McGowan on the left side and count the basket. Tierra McGowan. That was 6 points as Morehead State continues to trail 21-29. 8.5 minutes to go as Crockett steals it back on the Morehead side and lays it up and in for an easy 2. Morehead now on a nice little run as they pull within 6, 29-23 with 8:10 left to go in the first half as the Skyhawks look to slow things down a little bit as they kick it back out to Robertson on the left wing. Back to the top of the key. And to Hicks on the left wing now. Hicks down pass to Waldrop on the left baseline. It won't fall, but the putback by Landversite. Excuse me, that was Waldrop yet again. Able to connect, so a whistle on the play. It'll be a foul charge to Zaire Hicks, her first. As Aaliyah June checks back in for, or excuse me, Mackenzie Calvert checks back in for Morehead. And Aaliyah June will inbound on the far sideline. As June now finds Calvert in the backcourt. Morehead now trailing 31-23 with 7:40 left to go as it's a give and go with Calvert on the near or far side. Out to Seward for 3, and it's good. Darian Seward, nothing but net, her first 3 points of the game. And Morehead now trails 31-26 with 7:25 to go in the second quarter as they move the ball into Waldrop. Shot fake, drives in on the left side, and it bounces in for 2 more. So Waldrop, who's averaging 7 points a game, already has 8. As Leah June, again, beats her defender, drives in on the right side, but it is off the rim. Picked up by Tierra McGowan, but Waldrop tries to seal it away. Instead, it goes out of bounds. And Morehead State will keep the basketball. So Crystal Simmons-Kozar checks back in for Morehead State. They will inbound underneath their own basket with 7:02 on the game clock, 28 seconds on the shot clock. They find Calvert, flips it to Aaliyah June on the right baseline. Drives in, pulls up along 2, and it's off the side of the rim. And rebounded again by the Skyhawks. Robertson with the basketball on the far side. Takes it to the top of the key, drives in on the right side, shields the basketball, it's off the backboard and into the hands of Morehead State. Bounce pass up to Calvert on the right side, in traffic, and it goes in for 2. Mackenzie Calvert, 4 points. And Morehead State now within 5, 33-28 with 6.5 to go. They've moved the ball to Perry on the left baseline. Drives in, pulls up, air ball into the hands of Calvert. Quickly passing it up to Simmons-Kozar on the left side. Pass fake, tries to lay it in, but it's off the side of the rim. Rebounded by the Skyhawks. Robertson met by Simmons-Kozar. She passes it up to Perry. And then back to Robertson, who she'll reset the offense. Quick pass to Waldrop at the second half. Kicks it out to Moore for 3, and it's good. Moore with her second 3-point shot of the game. As Andrea Adams checks in for Waldrop. And UT Martin now will inbound underneath their own basket. With Hicks with the basketball. Finds Robertson at the free throw line, drives in on the right side, plants her feet, and banks it in for 2. So back to a 10-point game as Tierra McGowan hands it off to Darian Seward. Bounce pass to the far side to Calvert, and it's good for 2. So great ball movement by the Eagles as UT Martin continues to lead 38-30 as Perry passes it down low to Adams, and she is fouled going to the basket, so she'll head to the line to shoot 2. Adams, a 77% free throw shooter as she misses her first. And Emma Davis now comes off the bench for UT Martin. Second shot by Adams, nothing but net, as she has now 7 points in this first half. 5.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Morehead State needs to trail 39-30. Darian Stewart on the left wing. Cross-court pass to Simmons Kozar, right baseline. Looking for June. Instead, it's stolen away by Emma Davis. Ball is poked free, though, by Mackenzie Calvert, out of bounds on the sideline. That far sideline, so UT Martin will inbound in front of the Morehead State bench with 26 seconds on the shot clock. Jaleesa Avery checks in now for the Eagles. So a quick pass inside on the far side to Robertson. She takes it to the center circle, letting the offense set. She cuts to her left at the left elbow, kicks it out to Perry for three at the top of the key, and it bounces out, rebounded by Darian Stewart from Morehead State. Stewart cuts back to the middle of the court, top of the key, picks up her dribble, turns around and finds June on the left wing. June back up to Stewart at the top of the key. She calls out the offense. 15 seconds now left on the shot clock as she drives right, kicks it out to Calvert for three, and it's good. Nothing but net. Mackenzie Calvert now with 9 points. And Darian Stewart gets it right back and hits yet another steal and lays it right back in for two more. So UT Martin on the other side of things, they're underneath their own basket. A foul is called, and that will take us to the media timeout. Morehead State trailing 39-35 with 4:23 left to go in the first half. You're listening to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagles Sports Network.
If the new finds you washing machines, then stop on by Cattleman's and check out your options. You can still get a 6-ounce sirloin that's just 200 calories, and our new salad bar has gotten even better with your old favorites and several new selections that'll keep you on track. So, whether it's veggies or steak, stop on into Cattleman's Roadhouse, locally owned and operated, and Kentucky proud. Cattleman's, where a great steak is just the beginning.
At Furniture World Superstore, we're ringing in the new year in a big way. Incredible savings store-wide. Then, on top of that, 3 years interest-free. New year, new rooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. New year, new you. Sleep better on a comfortable new mattress. Extraordinary savings, 3 years interest-free. With approved credit and minimum purchase. See store for details. Savings plus 3 years interest-free. What a way to ring in 2019 at Furniture World Superstore. 356 Pinecrest Drive in Morehead and in Mount Sterling. Closed Sunday. Online at FurnitureWorldSuperstore.net.
Smart food shoppers know that low prices aren't always the best guarantee of satisfaction, unless you're shopping at Allen's IGA, downtown Morehead. If you like premium quality meats, if you insist on the freshest produce, if you want a great grocery selection, you want Allen's IGA. They're family owned, and that means unmatched personal service. Allen's IGA, downtown in the Morehead Plaza. Your hometown IGA.
Hothead Salon in Pinecrest Plaza, Morehead is the official hair salon of Morehead State Athletics. Men, women, and children. Hotheads makes everyone look their best, and walk-ins are always welcome. Hotheads is an integrity-scrupulous salon and carries only the best hair care products. Call 784-4688 for an appointment. That's 784-HOTT. Or drop in and see Beverly and her staff. The doors open at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Hothead Salon in Morehead. Like them on Facebook.
It was Happy Chandler who said, I've never met a Kentuckian who wasn't either thinking of going home or actually going home. Another famous Kentuckian, Abraham Lincoln, said this, I hope to have God on my side, but I must have Kentucky. For another great Kentucky quote, give your local Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent a call. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Call Rowan County Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Larry Knapp, 783-1868.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena here on the campus of Morehead State University, where out of the timeout, Morehead State Eagles trailing at 39-35. But so far, the Eagles 3 for 3 out of the last 3 field goals. So on a little bit of a run here as UT Martin works the ball outside the three-point line. Robertson at the right wing now takes it back to the top of the key. Rolls off the screen to her right, kicks it back out to Perry, back to Robertson now. Again, rolls to the left, doesn't have a passing or shooting lane, so takes it back out to the top of the key, drives in, kicks it out. As Robertson now drives in, it's no good. Calvert with the basketball, she kind of gets tripped up, able to push it forward to Darian Seward. She picks it up and finds June on the near side, and she hands it off back to Seward. So 3:40 remaining in the first half. Morehead State continues to trail 39-35. As Aaliyah June has the basketball at the top of the key. Looks right, 7 seconds on the shot clock now. She pulls back to shoot and instead is whistled for a travel. Morehead State now with 6 turnovers. Still on pace to be okay in the mind of head coach Greg Todd, as UT Martin also averages about 12 steals a game, so he knew that there would be turnovers in this one, as UT Martin misses the shot from the left baseline, but count the putback with Andrea Adams. 9 points. And UT Martin continues to lead 41-35. 3:05 left to go as Calvert behind the back, top of the key, cuts to her right, back to her left, back to her right now, and almost falling, puts up a shot. It's no good. Tierra McGowan with the rebound and was fouled with a putback, so she will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Chelsea Perry called for her 3rd foul now. And Perry, back-to-back double-doubles the last couple of games as McGowan misses her first and leads the team in scoring. Also averages over 5 rebounds a game. As Miranda Crockett now checks back in for Morehead State, while Humphreys heads to the bench. McGowan's second shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sade Hudson. Takes it to the right wing, drives in now. And almost loses it, finds her teammate, tries to lay it in on the left side, and that is Adams. Darian Seward charged with her 2nd foul, and Adams now will have 2 free shots. Adams, a 77% free throw shooter, as she connects on her first. Takes a couple of dribbles and makes her second. Adams now with 11 points, as she's only averaging about 8 a game. Morehead State quickly beating the press by UT Martin as Calvert with the basketball hands it off to June on the left baseline, drives in, passes it down low to Tierra McGowan, kicks it back out to Calvert. Over to June for 3 on the left baseline, and it's good. Aaliyah June with 9 points, and Morehead State back on track. They still trail 43-38. Morehead 4 for 5 for field goals as June now steals it away, flips it to Seward on the right side, and it's good. Great ball movement by Morehead State, as it's now a 3-point game with 2:05 left to go in the first half. They find Hudson on the right wing. Rolls off the screen, set by Waldrop, kicks it over to Robertson on the left wing. Looks down low to the baseline to Hudson and back to Waldrop on the left wing. Looks at the basket, doesn't shoot. She now drives in, spin move at the left, and a foul is going to be called against Waldrop, or rather a travel. There was a push-off, but said she gets away with just the travel. So 1:46 remaining in the first half. This is Crystal Simmons-Kozar checks in the game for the Eagles, and Tamia Stanford checks in for UT Martin. And also add Ashley Moore checking in for Morehead, and Amaya Griffin in for the Skyhawks. Morehead trailing 43-40, 1:46 left to go in the first half. UT Martin still in a full court press. Miranda Crockett has the basketball, finds Ashley Moore on the near side. Back to Crockett in the middle of the court now. Crockett drives on the far side, passes it up to Crystal Simmons-Kozar, right baseline. Kicks it out to Ashley Moore. Quick pass to Calvert, left baseline for 3, and it's no good. Had a little bit too much on it, and is Adams with the rebound for the Skyhawks. Finds Stanford as she crosses the timeline, moving from my left to right. Waiting for the play to develop offensively as she kicks it over to Hudson on the far side. Back up to Adams at the top of the key and to Robertson on the right wing. 12 seconds on the shot clock now as Robertson looks to drive, instead turns around and passes it to Stanford. Driving on the right side, and it's a charge for Miranda Crockett. She planted her feet, absorbs the blow, and a great defensive play by Miranda Crockett. It'll be a third foul for Tamia Stanford as Aaliyah June checks back in for the Eagles. So 1:05 left to go as Crystal Simmons-Kozar brings down the basketball, picks up her dribble, finds Calvert, and back over to Simmons-Kozar on the far sideline. Lobs it over to Calvert again on the left wing. She drives in, falls to her feet, and Crockett is there to pick up the basketball. She drives in on the left side and is fouled going to the basket. And Amaya Griffin whistled for her first foul. And Crockett at the free throw line now to shoot two. Crockett with her first, and it's no good. As Darian Seward now checks in. Crockett's second shot is up, and it's good. As Ellie Jo Johnson now checks in for the Eagles for the first time. So 45 seconds on the game clock, 25 seconds on the shot clock. Waldrop with it on the near side. Passes it back to Robertson in the middle of the court. 43-41, Morehead State just trailing by 2. As UT Martin kicks it over to the far sideline. Hicks drives in, kicks it out to Perry and to Robertson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Robertson drives on the left side. Kicks it out for 3 now, and it bounces out. Rebounded by no one, as there was a foul on the rebound. Darian Seward is whistled for her third. So 15.9 seconds left in the first half. UT Martin with the basketball. Robertson takes it to the near sideline in the corner as they will play the four corners, kind of run the clock out kind of play. Robertson on the left side, and a jump ball is called as Calvert ties up Robertson. But it will stay with UT Martin now. 3.7 seconds left. Robertson into Waldrop on the left wing. Waldrop drives in. 1 second now, and her shot is blocked to end the half. 41-43, Morehead State pulls within 2 as we head into halftime. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Eagles Sports Network.
Pain is your body's way of telling you that something's wrong.
Morehead State with the basketball. Crystal Simmons-Kozar cuts back to her right, finds Mackenzie Calvert at the top of the key. She drives in on the left, spins, kicks it back out to Simmons-Kozar. She drives in on the left side, back to Calvert for 3, and it bounces out, rebounded by Simmons-Kozar. Passes it to Calvert, left side layup, and she banks it in for 2. Tie ball game at 43 points apiece with 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. As UT Martin works it to the far side to Robinson. Back to the top of the key to Stanford now. And back to Robinson, back to Stanford, and over to the near side to Hicks as they continue to work it inside. They found Waldrop, kicks it out to Hicks. Shot fake, dribbles to her right, pulls up from 12 feet, and she connects. So Hicks now with 7 points as Martin now leads 45-43. Simmons-Kozar on the near side, and a foul is called. This one will be charged to Zaire Hicks, her second, team's first. Calvert inbounds to Simmons-Kozar on the near sideline now as she passes it to Aaliyah June. She's around the center circle as June dribbling, looks to her left. Now drives on the right side in the middle of the lane, and the finger roll won't fall. Rebounded by UT Martin. Robertson sprinting down the far side as she now drives in, dumps it over to her teammate on the left side, and Stanford connects for two on the left block. So 47-43, 8.5 minutes to go as Calvert with it on the near side. Ball comes loose. Calvert with the basketball. And a timeout is called to make sure that Morehead State will keep the basketball. So that'll be our media timeout. We'll take a break. Morehead State currently trailing 47-43 with 8:29 to go. On the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagle Sports Network.
Line X of Morehead is your source for Line X protective coatings. Perfect for truck beds, brush guards,
The road to Evansville has begun. The Ohio Valley Conference men's and women's basketball championships return to the Ford Center March 6th through the 9th. Discounted all-session tickets are now on sale at school ticket offices and the Ford Center box office. Don't miss your chance to see the first tickets punch to the big dance. Visit ovcsports.com/Evansville for more information.
That new car or truck you wanted. Larry Fannin pledges honesty, trust, integrity, and satisfaction in all your dealings. Let us serve you today at Larry Fannin Chevrolet Buick GMC.
This is Casey with Eagle Finance and Mortgage. Need some extra cash for unexpected bills, repairs on your vehicle, or do you just simply need to rebuild your personal credit? Come see us at Eagle Finance, 1675 Williamsburg Road, right off I-64. Loans made easy, payments made affordable. Apply online at eagle.com or call us today at 606-780-1000.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena. We're out of the timeout. Morehead State trails 47-43 as Leah June inbounds to Crystal Simmons-Kozar. Closely guarded by Stanford. UT Martin still in a man-to-man defense as Simmons-Kozar on the right wing. Still waiting for the play to develop now as 5 seconds on the shot clock. To McGowan, hands it off to Crockett for two, and it's no good. Rebounded by McGowan. Hands it off to Crockett on the left side, and she banks it in for two more. Miranda Crockett now with 8 points, and Morehead State now back within two, 47-45, as a timeout is called by UT Martin as Stanford was double teamed and had nowhere to go. Trying to figure out how long this timeout is. As it is a full timeout yet again, so we'll take another break as well. Morehead State trailing 47-45 with 7:57 to go in the third quarter on the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagle Sports Network.
Adventure farther in a Kawasaki Tierra LE side by side. A continuous variable transmission delivers strong, low, and mid-range torque, while adjustable Fox Podium piggyback shocks soak up uneven terrain. The result is power and performance that will make the journey stand out as much as the destination. The Terex LE, backed by the Kawasaki Strong 3-year limited warranty. Available at Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
Esther Towing in Morehead offers complete auto service for light-duty and heavy-duty vehicles. Esther Hester Towing uses the best Snappa parts that come with full warranties. Need a tow? Give Hester Towing a call 24 hours a day at 606-748-1864. They have 2 locations to serve you on Flemingsburg Road in Morehead and 497 East Water Street in Flemingsburg. Hester Towing and Complete Auto Service, 606-748-1864.
You count on your truck to get the job done, so it only makes sense that you count on your truck's tires too. On-road or off-road, Michelin light truck tires from major brands delivers the rugged reliability that gives you confidence. Michelin LTX tires provide long-lasting durability, exceptional all-season control, and a quiet, comfortable on-road ride. When it's time to get the most out of your truck, get into a set of Michelin from major brands tire and automotive centers, Tom's Drive Morehead and Wilmot Drive, Mount Sterling.
Networks Technologies, security and surveillance systems can help protect and give you peace of mind when you're home or away from your business. We provide top security and surveillance systems like Dawa, Honeywell, 2GIG, DSC, Spico, Ubiquity, and many more. Have your security or surveillance system designed and installed by Networks Technologies certified installers. Call today at 606-691-4750. Located beside Penn Station in Morehead.
Row Insurance selects insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. With Row Insurance, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask about the No Problem Company. Auto Owners Insurance. Contact the Jack Row Insurance Agency in Morehead, 784-7164.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena here on the campus of Morehead State University. We're out of the timeout. Morehead State trailing by 2, 47-45, with 7:57 to go in the third quarter, as UT Martin inbounds it on the far sideline. Morehead State still in a man-to-man defense as Waldrop has it on the right wing. They move the ball outside the three-point line yet again. Still waiting for an open lane to either drive or pass as they pass it to Waldrop. And back up to Robertson at the top of the key. 6 seconds left on the shot clock now. Pulls up for 3, and it's an air ball into the hands of Morehead's Aaliyah June. So June now driving up the court on the far side. Cuts to the right side, kicks it to Crockett at the top of the key, but the ball is stolen by Robertson as she lays it up and in on the left side for 2. So Morehead State now trailing 49-45, 7:15 to go. Third quarter, Aaliyah June on the near side, double team, finds Crockett at the top of the key. Crockett through traffic, passes it to June, drives it on the right side, kicks it out to Simmons Kozar. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with Morehead State. So Brittany Moore checks in for the Skyhawks. And Darian Seward enters the game for Morehead State. Crockett looks to Seward, but instead it is batted out of bounds yet again by Zaire Hicks for UT Martin. So Crockett will have another go at it. This time she finds Calvert. Takes it to the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock now as Calvert waves through Seward as she now drives in the lane on the right side. Lays it up and banks it in for 2. Calvert with 13 points. Morehead State pulls within 2 yet again, 49-47, just having trouble getting over that 2-point hump, if you will. So UT Martin works the ball outside. Quick pass down low to Moore. She kicks it out to Perry for 3, and it's off the side of the rim. Though Moore gets the rebound. Putback's no good, and a foul on the play. This one will go against UT Martin. That is Maddie Waldrop, her second, as head coach for UT Martin not happy about that. And UT Martin still in a full court press. So Miranda Crockett will inbound. She bounces it into Crystal Simmons-Kozar, passes it up to Darian Seward, still in the backcourt. Seward double teamed as she cuts to the near side. She passes it up to Calvert, and it's off of UT Martin's Waldrop. Will stay with the Eagles. Calvert finds Crockett at the right baseline, drives in, hesitates, bounces back out. and finds Calvert at the top of the key. Calvert cuts back to the right, kicks it over to McGowan on the left side, and she lays it up and in for 2. Tierra McGowan now with 8 points, and Morehead State has tied it up at 49. Waldrop with it in the backcourt, passes it up to Hicks on the near side. She drives it on the left side into traffic and is blocked by Crystal Simmons-Kozar, but the ball is right back into the hands of UT Martin as her behind-the-pack move goes a little bit awry as the Skyhawks now throw up a 3 on the right wing, and it's no good. Bounces out of bounds, and that will be with the Eagles. As Andrea Adams checks back in. So Leah June re-enters the ball game. So June will inbound as she finds Crystal Simmons-Kozar right back to Aaliyah June. And over to Simmons-Kozar again on the far side. Finds Seward in the middle of the court. She drives in on the left side. And the ball is now stolen away, but a whistle is called as Darian Seward has whistled for her 4th foul. And Miranda Crockett will go check in for Darian Seward. Robertson with the basketball. On the near side, double teamed as Crockett now steals it away. Drives in on the right side and banks it in for 2. Morehead State now in the lead, 51-49. As it's almost on the way again, UT Martin drives in on the left side, kicks it out for 3, and it's too much on it. Simmons-Kozar with the rebound. Looking up the court, she finds Aaliyah June on the near side. Drives in, and her shot won't fall. It's rebounded, though, by McGowan. And she puts it up and in. 10 points for McGowan. Morehead leads by 4. As Moore has it on the left wing, passes it back out to Robertson. Takes it to the top of the key to reset the offense. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. Like I said, Morehead leads by 4, 53-49. As Hicks drives in on the right side, and a whistle on the play as she hits the deck. Crystal Simmons-Kozar whistled for her 3rd foul, team 2nd. And that sends Hicks to the free throw line. 13 for 16 from the charity stripe. She sets and connects on her 1st. UT Martin has not scored a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds as Hicks connects on her 2nd. So back to a 2-point game, 53-51. Morehead State leading, and Crockett is fouled receiving a pass. As it was Brittany Moore collided with Crockett at half court trying to intercept the pass. Instead, it's whistled for her the foul, her 2nd. Calvert inbounds it to Simmons-Kozar on the near side. Looks to pass to Calvert, but instead Waldrop gets a foot on it. So Morehead State will have to inbound. As Chelsea Perry checks back in for the Skyhawks. Calvert over to June, deep 3 on the left side, and it's nothing but net. Aaliyah June from downtown now with 12 points, and Morehead State now leads 56-51. UT Martin works the ball across half court now as Hicks has it on the left wing, back to Perry on the left baseline. She looks to drive against McGowan. Spin move back to the basket, kicks it out to Hicks as she pulls up for a deep 2 and connects. As the ball now rolls out of bounds just in front of our table. This will be 3:57 left to play in the third quarter. Morehead State leading 56-53. June inbounds to Crockett. Dump pass to McGowan, but instead it's stolen away by UT Martin, charging up on the far side. Hesitation dribble. Hicks drives in and draws the foul from Simmons-Kozar, and that will be number 4. So 2 Eagles now in foul trouble, and Darian Seward and Crystal Simmons Kozar. As Hicks now heads to the free throw line, the 81% free throw shooter. As she sets for her first, unable to make it. Hicks now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Couple more dribbles. Hicks puts up her second, and it's nothing but net. 13 points for Hicks. She's only averaging 8 a game. So Darian Seward now checks in for Crystal Simmons Kozar. And it's Aaliyah June bringing down the basketball. June passes it to Calvert on the near side. Back over to June on the far side. Back to Calvert now on the right wing. Calvert drives in, takes it to the top of the key. Back out to June for 3, and it's good! Aaliyah June back-to-back three-point shots. And Morehead State now leads by 4, 59-55, with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Robertson passes it to Hicks on the right wing. Rolls off the screen, pulls up for a three of her own. It's off the back of the iron, rebounded by UT Martin. Hicks with the basketball on the right wing. Ball is poked, and it is a foul charge to Aaliyah June. And that is Aaliyah's first. As Ashley Moore now checks in the game for Darian Seward. So Robertson, top of the key, bounces it over to Perry on the left elbow. Cuts it, or passes it to a cutting Robertson, who lays it up and in on the right side for 2. So UT Martin back within 2. It's 59-57. Morehead still leads. Calvert with the ball, looks to an open McGowan underneath the basket. Her shot is blocked, but Calvert is able to get the basketball back, put it back in, and draw the foul. So she will head to the line to shoot 2. Brittany Moore charged with her third foul. Calvert's first shot is up, and it's good. Calvert's second shot now is up, and it's good. Mackenzie Calvert now with 15 points as Lala Humphreys enters the game for the Eagles. And UT Martin works the ball in the backcourt. Robertson picks it up, finds Perry on the near sideline. 20 seconds left on the shot clock now with 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Morehead State continues to lead 61-57. Robertson at the top of the key, rolls to the right wing. She now cuts back to her left in the middle of the lane, loses the ball, picks it back up. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and a jump ball is called as Mackenzie Calvert walks away with the basketball. So 3 seconds on the shot clock for UT Martin as they're set to inbound underneath their own basket. They pass it into Robertson, and a travel is called as Robertson didn't have her feet set. And Darian Seward enters the game for Lala Humphreys now. 2:12 to go in the third quarter. Morehead State leads 61-57. As Seward will bring down the basketball in the backcourt. She passes to Calvert. Over to June now on the far sideline. She drives on the right side, kicks it out to Crockett. 7-foot jumper on the left side, it's good. 12 points for Crockett, and Morehead State now leading 63-57 as UT Martin works it in the backcourt. Back over to Robertson in the middle of the court. Having some trouble, able to get out of traffic, even though now she's trapped in the far corner by Crockett. Airs it out to Moore for 3 on the left wing, and it's good. Brittany Moore now with 3 three-point shots as Crockett drives in on the left side, kicks it out to Seward on the top of the key now. 63-60, back to Crockett. She drives right and is fouled going to the basket. Brittany Moore whistled for her 4th foul. And UT Martin with a host of players and some foul difficulties. As Miranda Crockett dribbles the ball a few times. And she misses at her first shot as Lala Humphreys checks back in for Morehead State, and Demaya Griffin checks in for the Skyhawks. One more remaining for Miranda Crockett. She sets and makes the second. 13 points for Crockett, and Morehead State leads by 4. Under a minute and a half to go in the third quarter as Robertson with the basketball. Passes it up to Waldrop on the near side. And then back to Robertson as she will reset the offense. Top of the key as Robertson looks left. Still waiting for the play to develop now as she passes it over to Hicks on the left wing. Hicks down low pass to Perry on the left side. It won't fall, and Perry hits the ground looking for her own rebound. There's a whistle on the play, and it's a jump ball. Will go to the Eagles. So outstanding hustle plays by Morehead State with 1 minute, 1 second to go in the third quarter. As Ashley Moore now checks in the game for the Eagles. And Morehead currently leads 64-60. So Aaliyah June with the basketball in the backcourt. Passes it to Calvert on the near side, guarded by Waldrop. She cuts back to the middle of the court, back over to June on the left wing. June drives in, kicks it out to Calvert. Shot fake, drives in on the right side, and the ball is stripped and goes out of bounds as she was going to the basket. 15 seconds on the shot clock with 45.6 seconds on the game clock. Calvert, quick pass into Aaliyah June on the left baseline. She puts it up, and it's the back of the iron, rebounded by UT Martin. Robertson pushing the ball up the court, cuts it into the left side, kicks it out to Hicks, and then hands it back off to Robertson. 30 seconds left on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock as Robertson will take the last shot now with 15 seconds in the shot clock. 10 seconds now as Robertson still just waiting for those seconds to tick off as 5 seconds now. She drives into the free throw line, kicks it out to Waldrop, and it is out of bounds. Calvert was saying it was off of Waldrop, but the ball will stay with the Skyhawks, but with 2 seconds on the shot clock. 12 seconds on the game clock so far. As they find Robertson, looks down low, and that is a shot clock violation. And another outstanding outing by the Morehead State defense with 10.8 seconds left in the third quarter. Morehead leading by 4. They roll the ball into Aaliyah June. June over on the far side, double teamed, finds Crockett at the top of the key, out to Calvert, throws it up for 3, and it just rims out. And with 0.6 seconds left, there is a foul on the play. McGowan at the free throw line. McGowan's first shot is nothing but net, 11 points. The foul was charged to Demaya Griffith. Her second. McGowan's second shot won't fall, rebounded by UT Martin, and that is the buzzer. 65-60, Morehead State leads by 5 as we start the fourth quarter, but we'll take a break. You're listening to Morehead State Women's Basketball on the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagles Sports Network.
What's the signature of success in the hay and forage industry? A bale rolled by a Vermeer 504R signature baler from Young Farm Machinery. Designed for convenience and durability, the working man has a baler for any operation with durable components, an aggressive rotor, and countless wide pickup that features fewer moving parts. And the 3-year pickup warranty means more peace of mind for you. See the 504R signature baler at your Vermeer dealer. Young Farm Machinery, 7341 Morehead Road in Flemingsburg.
Do you need a transponder remote key for your vehicle? Ace Big 4 Lumber in Morehead can cut a new Duracell chip key for you. All we need is the vehicle, a working
34.
Snow and ice on sidewalks, driveways, and parking lots are dangerous
I
and
haven't said
can mean
anything
big
all half
trouble
about
if
that.
someone gets hurt on your property.
I haven't said anything all half about that.
MTM Enterprises is the
Yeah, that's the total fouls that they've called. The first quarter was...
Why is he worried about it?
I don't know.
095. At MTM, we know snow.
When you're hungry before or after the game, make your way to Wendy's on Main Street in Morehead. Wendy's has the best old-fashioned hamburgers, fixed just the way you like them, and served hot and fresh. Or try one of their delicious chicken items, like the home-style chicken sandwiches. If you get a craving for a Frosty, chili, or the freshest salad, Wendy's is the place. Open every night till 1 a.m. to serve you. That's Wendy's, Main Street, Morehead.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena, where the Morehead State Eagles currently lead 65-60 at the start of the fourth quarter, as both teams meeting for the final few seconds with their head coaches. So it'll be UT Martin's basketball at half court. That is Hicks with the basketball, moves over to the left wing, hands it off to Perry, and then back to Robinson at the top of the key. Back to Perry on the left elbow, looking over her left shoulder, puts the ball on the floor, drives on the right side, and it just rims out, rebounded by Morehead State. They work it in the backcourt now. Aaliyah June over to the near side to Mackenzie Calvert. Calvert dribbles into traffic, finds Aaliyah June, down to Ashley Moore. 3-point shot from the left baseline. It won't fall, and it goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Eagles with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. So Mackenzie Calvert set to inbound underneath the Eagles' own basket. Calvert looks to Crockett. It is deflected by the Skyhawks, but Crockett is able to chase it down and takes it back to the top of the key. Hands it off to Aaliyah June. June looks to her right, drives in on the right side, and a foul is called as June was driving to the basket. That is on Imani Robertson, her second. As now Darian Seward checks back in for Ashley Moore. So Calvert, fresh shot clock for the Eagles as she slaps the basketball. Airs it out to Darian Seward at the top of the key as she drives to the free throw line, then bounces back out. She goes over to the left wing, hands it off to Miranda Crockett, drives in the middle of the lane. Shot is blocked by Perry, and UT Martin gets the basketball back. Robertson, top of the key. 9 minutes remaining in regulation as she looks to her left, now passes over to her right to Griffin. Griffin down to Hicks on the right baseline. Looks down low to Perry, loses her footing and travels. UT Martin now has committed 13 turnovers, Morehead State with 10. Again, within that kind of realm of where Coach Todd said that he was okay with that number being around 15 to 16. Darian Stewart at half court, bounces it to Aaliyah June on the right wing, finds Mackenzie Calvert, shot fake, drives in on the right side, and banks it in for two. 17 for Calvert, and Morehead State extends that lead now 67-60. Robertson with it at the top of the key, finds Waldrop on the left wing. Bounces it into Perry on the left baseline, double team, drives to the basket, pulls up in the middle of the lane, and it rolls in for two. So Chelsea Perry now with just 5 points as Morehead State has done a great job of limiting her shots. Passes it up to Calvert on the right wing, drives in on the right side, lays it up and in. Great ball movement again by the Eagles, and Mackenzie Calvert further extending Morehead State's lead 69-62. She now has 19 points in this contest. Robertson pulls up, can't connect, and it's another rebound for the Eagles as Crockett is fouled in the backcourt by Demaya Griffin, her third now. Or rather, her third. So Demaya Griffin and Brittany Moore both have 4 fouls for UT Martin. Chelsea Perry and Tamia Stanford have 3 for the Skyhawks as June with the basketball, another deep 3 on the left wing. It's off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Simmons Kozar. She flips it to Mackenzie Calvert. as she finds June on the far side. Looks to McGowan. Ball comes loose. Calvert and McGowan tied up with Perry on the court. And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow for the Eagles. Calvert inbounds to Simmons Kozar on the near side. Dribbles through traffic, finds Aaliyah June on the left wing. Quick pass down low to Miranda Crockett. Almost loses the basketball, but there's a whistle away from the ball. 3-second count against Tierra McGowan. So Morehead turns over the ball. As Lala Humphreys checks in for the Eagles. Perry inbounds to Robertson. Back over to Perry on the far side, back to the near side to Robertson. Dribbles out of traffic, kicks it out to Hicks for three, and it's off the back of the iron. No good, and the ball goes out of bounds on the rebound. Stays with UT Martin. 7:05 left in regulation, and Morehead State continues to lead 69-62 after being down by 2 at the half. At one point they were down by 12 points. As UT Martin works the ball around the three-point line, and there's an offensive foul. That is Amaya Griffin and number 5.
Got us off for 40,000.
So Amaya Griffin heads back to the bench. It'll be Morehead State's basketball as Simmons Kozar with the basketball, crosses half court, bounces it to Crockett at the top of the key. Finds Aaliyah June on the left baseline, and a blocking foul is called as Aaliyah June was passing it to Tierra McGowan. Is Ayer Hicks, her third. So Simmons Kozar set to inbound underneath their own basket as it's a give and go with Tierra McGowan. Simmons Kozar drives in, hook shot in the lane, and it bounces in for 2. Morehead now leading 71-62 with 6:38 to go. UT Martin met again by the full court press by Morehead State as they find Robertson at the top of the key. Passes it over to Moore on the right wing, and then back to Hicks on the right baseline. Looks to Perry inside. Perry rolls back to the basket and banks it in for 2. As Morehead looking ahead already. Simmons Kozar dribbling out of traffic, kicks it over to June. Right side for 3, and it's off the backboard and a whistle away from the ball. Maddie Waldrop charged with her third foul, and team number 5. So Morehead State now in the bonus as Crystal Simmons Kozar at the free throw line. First shot bounces off the back of the rim. Crystal Simmons Kozar, the 66% free throw shooter. Takes another bounce. And able to make that one. 5 points for Simmons Kozar as Lala Humphreys checks back in for the Eagles. 6:12 left to go as Morehead State continues to lead 72-64. The Skyhawks work the ball in the backcourt. Pass it over to Waldrop in the center circle, and then finds Moore. Back to Perry in the left elbow, drives over on the right side, kicks it out for 3, and it's an air ball, but Moore is able to pick it back up. Ball comes loose, Morehead State comes away with it. Passing it up to Calvert, right in the middle of the lane, drives it on the right side, and a foul is called. Looked like a block, but this one will be number 4 on Chelsea Perry. Mackenzie Calvert set at the charity stripe now. Bends the knees and makes the first. 20 points now for Mackenzie Calvert. Second shot now. Nothing but net. So Mackenzie Calvert with 21 points leading the team as they lead by 10 to 74-64. As UT Martin works it in the backcourt, Robertson closely guarded by Aaliyah June, and now Aaliyah June is whistled for a foul. So Waldrop having to air it out to Hicks to inbound. With 25 seconds on the shot clock now. Hicks drives in on the left side, almost loses the basketball, but is able to bank it in for 2 more. So under 5.5 to go. With Morehead State still leading 74-66. So Leah June lobs it up to Lala Humphreys on the left baseline. She drives in, shot is blocked by Perry, but McGowan gets the basketball back, can't connect on the putback, and UT Martin gets the rebound. As they pass it up the court to Robertson, kicks it over to Hicks. Her shot's no good, but there's a whistle called. As Mackenzie Calvert is whistled for her first foul.
Good. What's he up to? Is he? Yeah.
As UT Martin now airs it out to Robertson at the free throw line, pulls up, and it's off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Miranda Crockett, passing it up the court to Aaliyah June on the left wing. She pulls up, and it's off the backboard into the hands of Perry. UT Martin with the basketball as she passes up to Robertson at the top of the key. Passes it over to Moore in the left wing, and another whistle on the play. As it is charged to Lala Humphreys, that will be the media timeout. 4:41 to go as Morehead State leads 74-66 on the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagle Sports Network.
Line-X of Morehead is your source for Line-X protective coatings. Perfect for truck beds, brush guards, farm equipment, boats, trailers, and more. Line-X of Morehead also has truck accessories, including bed covers, hitches, and Nerf bars. Avoid damage from rust and everyday wear and tear. Call 784-1155 and protect your investment for life. Mention this ad and get 10% off your Line-X protective coatings. Line-X of Morehead, located off I-64, exit 133. Online at linexofmoreheadky.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
1,876 small businesses in Kentucky were financed by Whitaker Bank last year.
Whitaker Bank helped 2,415 Kentucky families make a house a home last year by financing their mortgage.
Over $3 million loaned to Kentucky families and small businesses to help them achieve their dream.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Are you looking for the perfect pet? Start at All Paws Boutique in the Pinecrest Plaza, Morehead. They have all kinds of pets and supplies. They also offer pet grooming, special cuts, flea and tick baths and treatments, nail trims, teeth brushing, and more. The perfect pet is waiting for you at All Paws Boutique. Grooming, pets, and supplies. Located at 302 Pinecrest Plaza, Morehead. Call 780-4216. Open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday. All Paws Boutique in Morehead.
After we sell, we serve. That's the motto we live by every day at Larry Fannin Chevrolet Buick and GMC in Morehead. Larry Fannon's offers the best in sales, service, and selection. From budget lot used car specials to car care service specials to pricing that new car or truck you wanted, Larry Fannin pledges honesty, trust, integrity, and satisfaction in all your dealings. Let us serve you today at Larry Fannin Chevrolet Buick GMC.
At Furniture World Superstore, we're ringing in the new year in a big way. Incredible savings store-wide. Then, on top of that, 3 years interest-free. New year, new rooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. New year, new you. Sleep better on a comfortable new mattress. Extraordinary savings, 3 years interest-free. With approved credit and minimum purchase. See store for details. Savings plus 3 years interest-free. What a way to ring in 2019 at Furniture World Superstore. 356 Pinecrest Drive in Morehead and in Mount Sterling. Closed Sunday. Online at FurnitureWorldSuperstore.net.
And welcome back into Johnson Arena, where Morehead State currently leading 74-66 out of the timeout with 4:41 to go. Morehead State currently shooting 42% from the field. That statistic is just about average, or same with UT Martin. So UT Martin inbounds the ball, but then turns the ball over with a travel, so it'll be Morehead State's basketball with 4:39 left to play. And Morehead met with a full court press. As Crockett finds Simmons Kozar in the backcourt, cuts to the near side. Back to the middle of the court, back to the near side now. Dribbles out of traffic, kicks it out to Mackenzie Calvert. Takes it back to the right wing. And back to the top of the key. Calvert drives it on the right side, and Perry swats the ball away, goes out of bounds, and will stay with the Eagles now. 12 seconds left on the shot clock with 4:20 left to play. As Aaliyah June checks in for Mackenzie Calvert. Aaliyah June set to inbound. Finds Miranda Crockett on the right wing. It's Crockett cuts to her right, pulls up from 15 feet out, and it bounces in. Miranda Crockett now with 15 points as Morehead State extends the lead as they almost steal it away. On the far side, instead it goes out of bounds. It'll be UT Martin's basketball. So Robertson with the basketball at the top of the key. 4 minutes remaining as Morehead leads by 10. Finds Perry on the left wing. Passes it back over, up and over to Robertson in the right wing. Back to Waldrop, pulls up for three, and it's off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Tierra McGowan. As McGowan finds Crockett, back over to Seward. Passes up the court on the far side to Aaliyah June. Drives in on the right side. Shot is blocked. And Perry gets the basketball back as Robertson outlet pass, or makes the catch, but travels with the ball and turns it right back over to the Eagles. So 76-66 with 3:37 to go. As Aaliyah June finds Simmons Kozar on the far sideline. Takes it to the top of the key and then hands it off to Darian Seward, who then also takes it out. So Morehead will try and slow things down. They have that 10-point lead as Seward finds Aaliyah June on the left wing. She drives in the lane, lobs it down low to Tierra McGowan. Her shot is blocked, but a foul is called, so she'll head to the free throw line with 3:16 to go. As Andrea Adams checks in for the Skyhawks. UT Martin, a little bit of a scoring drought. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. McGowan sets and connects on the first shot. Second shot by McGowan, nothing but net. Now has 13 points as UT Martin works the ball in the backcourt. Still having trouble against this Morehead State defense. 3 minutes left as Robertson takes it at the top of the key, passes it over to Hicks on the right wing. Bounce pass inside to Perry on the right side, and there's a foul on the play. And that is charged to Tierra McGowan, just her second. And that's actually Andrea Adams that was fouled, so she's at the free throw line. Puts up the first shot, and it's nothing but net. 77% free throw shooter. She's 8 for 12 so far. She's been to the charity line quite a bit as she makes her second now. 13 points for Adams. So 2:50 left in regulation. Morehead State leads by 10 as Simmons Kozar takes it on the right wing. Now drives on the right baseline, kicks it over to Aaliyah June all by herself for three, and it's an air ball into the hands of UT Martin. Perry diving for it, or Adams rather, saves it from out of bounds into the hands of Tierra McGowan, and she lays it up and in on the left side for two. And a foul now is called against Aaliyah June on the in the backcourt on the press. And Aaliyah June now has 3 fouls, and that sends Adams to the line again. Adams sets and misses the first. Adams takes a deep breath, bends at the knees, and makes her second. 2:28 remaining as Seward with the basketball at half court, dribbles out of some traffic, cuts back to her right on the near side. Top of the key, drives in, hands it off to Miranda Crockett. 15-foot jumper on the right baseline won't fall, and there's another whistle on the play. Zaire Hicks whistled for her fourth foul now, and that sends McGowan to the line. McGowan 5 for 8 from the free throw line this evening. She misses her first. McGowan's second shot, and it just bounces out, a whistle. And I believe there is a lane violation on the far side. I couldn't see. But the way that they're lining up, I think it was Maddie Waldrop. Moved a little bit too early. So McGowan able to capitalize on UT Martin's mistake as she makes the redo shot. As Robertson with the basketball, splits the defenders for the Eagles as she now passes it over to the far side to Hicks. Drives in, kicks it out to Moore for three at the top of the key, and she makes it. As there is now a timeout on the play. 2 minutes and 7 seconds, a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. The Morehead State leading 81-72. And as the time starts to dwindle, that's giving the Skyhawks less and less opportunity to make up this 9-point difference as Morehead State leading 81-72 with 2:07 left to go. It definitely is still possible with these last 2 minutes left, but if UT Martin isn't able to score soon, then they will be in a little bit of trouble here as time winds down. But both teams now heading back out to the court. It will be Darian Seward, Miranda Crockett, Aaliyah June, Crystal Simmons-Kozar, and Tierra McGowan for the Eagles. And it'll be the same five for the Skyhawks. So Miranda Crockett sent to inbound in the backcourt. Morehead State met with a full court press by UT Martin. As Crockett finds Simmons-Kozar. Back to Crockett as she crosses the timeline as she flips it back to Darian Seward. Takes it to the middle of the court now, right at that center circle. She dribbles to her right, cuts back to her left now. And just trying to waste away these seconds here as Aaliyah June loses handles on the ball. Comes a loose, and there's a whistle on the play. As it'll send. I don't. So Darian Seward heads to the free throw line after Aaliyah June asked me who hires the refs. Darian Seward dribbles a couple of times and puts up her first shot, and it just rims out. Darian Seward has had 4 fouls since about that second quarter. She's been able to stay out of trouble as she misses her second, and UT Martin gets the rebound. So 1.5 minutes remaining as UT Martin looks to make up now quite a bit of ground as they drive in on the right side. Find Adams on the right side and is fouled going to the basket. And we'll have free throw shots yet again. So Adams already with 14 points as she's averaging 8 a game as she makes her first. And the majority of these points have been from the charity stripe. As that foul was charged to Miranda Crockett, her first actually. Not a whole lot of players that are without fouls anymore. So Adams makes her second, 16 points now for Adams as Morehead State works it in the backcourt, and again, a whistle is on the play. And that now sends Crystal Simmons-Kozar to the line. First shot by Kozar. It bounces in. Good. Second shot is up. It's off the back of the rim. Rebounded by UT Martin. They work the ball in the backcourt now. With Hudson with the basketball. Cuts back to the top of the key. 1:20 remaining as Morehead State leads 82-74. Shots no good, and there's a whistle on the play. As Tierra McGowan hit the deck with Hudson. It'll be McGowan's shots now. So McGowan's first shot is up, and it's good. Second shot is up, and it's good as well. So McGowan now with 18 points. Now 8 for 12 from the free throw line. With 1:13 left to play, and Morehead State leads by 10, 84-74. UT Martin works the ball around. It's Hudson, or excuse me, Moore with it on the left wing. Back to Robertson, and over to Hudson on the right wing. Shot fake. As they continue to move the ball outside the three-point line, Robertson drives in. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Hudson. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. And Hudson gets her own rebound. Putback's no good as Crockett and Waldrop both hit the deck, and there's a whistle on the play. And it's charged to Miranda Crockett, her second. Waldrop with her first shot. Nothing but net. Waldrop sets for a second, and it's off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Tierra McGowan. As it's another whistle, but this time it's for a timeout. So Morehead State leads 84-75 with 44.2 seconds left. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Actually, it'll be a full timeout. So we will take a short break. You're listening to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety Eagle Sports Network.
Getting a hot, delicious breakfast sandwich with a quality cup of coffee, that's a morning victory. Getting it served quick and at a great price, that's more like a morning smackdown. And now get the $3 morning deal. An Egg McMuffin or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with any size coffee, soft drink, or sweet tea for just $3. Only till 11 a.m. Hot, tasty, fast, and easy. That's breakfast at McDonald's. Cannot be combined with coffee.
Can we come back after this?
Official hair salon of Morehead State Athletics. Men, women, and children. Morehead's makes every.
Okay, thanks.
Morehead's is an intense salon and carries only the best hair care products. Call 784-4688 for an appointment. That's 784-HOTT. Or drop in and see Beverly and her staff. The doors open at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Hothead Salon in Morehead. Like them on Facebook.
And out of the timeout, Morehead State called for or rather UT Martin called for a quick foul, as it is Shantae Hudson, her third, and that sends Mackenzie Calvert to the free throw line. She puts up her first shot, and it bounces in. Mackenzie Calvert now with 22 points, as Waldrop checks back in for UT Martin. Second shot by Calvert. Still had a little bit too much on it. And it is rebounded by UT Martin. 35 seconds left as Hudson drives it on the right side. Tries to go for the reverse layup, and it's no good. Rebounded by Aaliyah June. Quickly passing it up the court to Crystal Simmons-Kozar on the near side. Now with 20 seconds left, Simmons-Kozar over to the right wing. And she will let time expire. Nine seconds and 8 seconds now as Morehead State will come away with a big victory, 85-75, after being down by 12 points at one point, and that is the final buzzer. Morehead State did an outstanding job. 5 for 17 from behind the three-point line, shooting 65% from the free throw line and 42% from the free throw line. And they held UT Martin to just 6 made three-point shots. As we will now hear from head coach Greg Todd here in a short bit about his thoughts about his team and putting to end another streak by UT Martin. They were on a 4-game win streak up until this matchup. So another great outing by the Morehead State Eagles, getting a very good win here in conference play on their home court nonetheless, as well as they finished holding UT Martin to 0-4 in the last 4 field goals. So we'll take a short break, or we'll welcome in now head coach Greg Todd.